Full-time Newcastle lose to Brentford 3-2. And we predicted this, didn't we, Dad? Because me and my dad said, I bet you will do well against Liverpool at home because it's a big team, and then we'll go to Brentford away and struggle. And the exact thing happened, didn't it?
Yeah, really disappointing performance. I mean, we'll give away soft goals, players backing off. Shaw, for one of the goals, should have won a header. He totally missed the ball.
Yeah.
Joe Linton's not tracking back again. Joe Linton, I like him. He's a good player, but today he was very poor.
Yeah.
His recovery runs, he just wasn't. They wanted it more. They had far more desire, energy. They were more cohesive than us. They were a far better team. They deserved to win.
Yeah, it was just frustrating, wasn't it? I mean, we are now 12th in the league. If Man United win, I think they will go above us, and we're only 7 points off 17th.
Yeah.
So there's no excuses, and I wanted to say, do you agree with us on this, Dad, that we can't use the transfer window as an excuse, because that's an excuse that's been used time and time again.
Well, you look at the teams like Brentford today who have played.
We've
spent more money than them, but they looked sharper. They wanted it more than us today.
Exactly.
Today they deserved to win. They were just much better than us, and we look sluggish. And what's disappointing is the players will lift themselves to play Liverpool at home and put in a really good performance, and then they'll go to Brentford. And yes, Brentford's not been beaten at home this season, but we just didn't match them.
Yeah.
I never thought at one point in the game we were going to win it, because they were sharper the way they were passing the ball, but our defending was really poor.
Yeah, it was. I mean, for the first goal that Brentford scored, I know Mbeumo is a good player, but we just let him, he turned into Messi, and we just let him go through our entire midfield, and it was a good finish, but it's just got to be better. I know we've been hit and miss this season. I think we as Newcastle fans are going to have to accept this, that we're going to have to, unfortunately, we're going to be hit and miss all season. That's just the way it probably is going to be, which is really frustrating. And I'd question Eddie Howe's tactics as well, to be honest, because I think a lot of the players didn't look like they knew where to go in the positions. I thought some of the substitutions were a bit questionable as well. So it was just a lot of factors today that meant we didn't win, and it's incredibly frustrating, Dad, because we're not going to get Europe if we can't beat Brentford.
Probably not. I mean, he decided to rest Tonali and Gordon, and I get it. I understand why he did that. But then, Miggy, when he came on, he looked rusty. He hasn't played much.
Yeah.
Trippier hasn't played much. So it was like, we just didn't want it enough today. I don't think it was anything to do with tactics. I think it was to do with desire and attitude. Yeah. And when you've got people ambling back when they're trying to track players back, and they've got every time they were breaking, they had 3 or 4 players in front of our midfield running towards a goal, and we were tracking back. And on the recovery runs, we weren't making enough effort to get back and match them. And you've got to. That's the basics. You've got to match their intensity, and we didn't do it.
And one thing we've been mentioning all season is set pieces. It's just pathetic, actually. It needs to be called out. Someone needs to say something in one of the press conferences, because it's just when it's the same issue over and over again, that's where you start to think, should we be thinking about changing the way that we play?
Yeah, the set pieces have been really disappointing offensively, and defensively they've been not very good this season. And you look at the likes of Arsenal, the way they're, all their players start at the back on a corner,
all players just
and the charge to the front, and they've got desire to want and win the ball, and they're aggressive, and we just don't show that. It's really disappointing. And you can score a lot of goals from set pieces, but we don't. And it needs to improve. But the key thing to me today was our lack of energy, our lack of desire. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't where it should be. Are the players tired? I don't know, but they should be raring to go, and they should be doing better on the pitch. And it's disappointing for all the fans who've travelled down there in the bad weather to see that lack of effort today. It wasn't good enough.
You could just tell, though, from the start that Brentford just wanted it a lot more. I know they've got a good home record. They usually score quite a lot of goals at home, but I don't want anyone making excuses about, FFP, and we've spent a lot of money. We've got Italian internationals, Brazilian internationals, England internationals. If you look at our team, it's full of international quality players.
It is.
So there's no excuses.
And if you look at the goals today that were conceded, the ones where we're backing off, we're not closing down, and sometimes you do back off to allow players to get back. But when you've got players of that quality, you've got to engage them and put pressure on the ball, because there were two good goals. And then for the third one, Shaw goes up to header the ball, totally misses it. And when we're running back to try and get the bloke, we're too far behind him, and he just slots it in. It was really simple goal. We had a high line where we were defending the set piece, but so you've got to be prepared to run back, and we weren't doing that, and it made it easier for Brentford. We've given them such an easy win there.
I know, it's laughable, really. It's so frustrating. And we as fans knew this was going to happen, which says, is it about mentality? Is it about motivation? It's just, what is causing this stuff?
I don't know. It's just it's inconsistency, and it shouldn't be motivation. The players should be to motivate themselves. The manager, coach shouldn't have to do that. But there's just something. At times on the ball, we do good stuff and we do create chances. But at this level, you cannot defend like that, because you'll get punished. And it's, we've conceded 7 goals in the last 2 games. That's not really great. So we need to improve. We've got Leicester next week at home on Saturday.
And we'll probably win, but...
Yeah, Leicester's got a new manager. They've got Ruud van Nistelrooy, so it'll be an interesting game. But we have to win that game. It's a must-win game, and a good performance. So. And it's frustrating as well, Dad, because I think Eddie Howe's going to be under a lot of pressure. Yeah, he will be, because if you're getting beat, or there's inconsistency there, and you're not getting the best out of the players, he will be under pressure. So it's important that we win convincingly and have a good performance on Saturday against Leicester.
Like, even if we won only 1-0 against Leicester, I think I'd be frustrated depending on what the result would be.
You just want the 3 points. It's at home, so you want the 3 points and a good performance. That's the main thing, because the Premier League this year is quite compact in the middle of the table.
There's no excuse.
So if you get 2 or 3 wins in a row, you will go right up the table. So that's one thing this season. But like Man City, obviously not doing great at the minute, so it gives Liverpool a real opportunity.
And will we invest in January as well? Because hopefully, but if it's a poor January transfer window, I'm sorry, but either Paul Mitchell or someone's got to be.
Well, I think they've said openly, they've been open about it, they're going to have to sell players because of PSR, but they should still be able to bring players in. But they'll only bring the players in if they're the right players. Howe's very particular. He won't just bring a player in for sake. They've got to be really, really good, and he wants them to improve the team. So fingers crossed we can do that. But we need to win on Saturday.
Yeah, because we're falling away from Europe, aren't we? I think the owners have said that if we don't get Europe, Eddie Howe probably won't stay as Newcastle manager.
Yeah, I have a feeling if we don't get, let's hope we can. Yeah, we like how we like how I want him to stay. But if we don't get European football, he probably will. They'll probably make a change, I think, but we'll just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed we can do it.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Same old. Newcastle away from home. We're never great. Really frustrating. Give us your thoughts, because we love to see your comments, don't we, Dad?
We do. We like reading your comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because it helps the channel. It's free. And if you hit the notifications bell, it'll inform you of when we're posting a video. So that it just helps the channel grow.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.
Bye.